can't do this. I can't do this. I forget to start. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to Orioles Podcast Feud, hosted by Give That Fan a Podcast. This is a Family Feud style double elimination trivia-ish off-season tournament featuring your featuring your favorite Orioles podcasts. We appreciate you tuning in to watch the show. You can follow along with us live on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. Audio versions can be found later on Spotify, Apple, pretty much wherever you want. Everything is posted to utahstreetreport.com. I do not own the rights to the upcoming intro music. Please don't yell at me. Enjoy the show.
All right. We're coming down the home stretch. We're down to 3 teams. Welcome, everybody, to Orioles Podcast Feud, hosted right here on Give That Fan a Podcast. We have a rematch here. You two teams met in the very first round. The Warehouse Pod advanced. This is your first time facing elimination, and conversely, for Florida Prospect Report, it is your 4th time facing elimination. You have gone on a heck of a Cinderella run since being sent down to the loser's bracket by this very team in the beginning of the tournament. Bailey and Eric, I'll start with you. You've won, 3 in a row? How are the vibes tonight? You think you can make it 4?
Job's not finished.
Job finished? I don't think so.
No, I mean, the run's been really fun. Just hoping to keep up the momentum and, win the rematch tonight.
We want to be known for more than just making semifinals.
Absolutely. Now, Eric, you guys, you coach is it a high school basketball team?
It is Manatee High School in Manatee County, the Hurricanes.
And you guys had a tournament this week, and as far as I can tell from your tweets, at least up until yesterday, you guys were doing okay. Is that continuing?
Well, there wasn't one last night because that team lost in the semifinals. It was a really close game. We lost to Tampa Bay Tech, and the season ended a few days sooner than we expected. So I'm glad you gave me a chance to brag about them, but the next game will be around Thanksgiving.
I see. Well, I'm sorry that the season's come to an end, but I hope you enjoyed yourself.
That was awesome.
Jesse, what was that?
I just said condolences.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm gonna deal with it, but it's baseball season, it's prospect season, so we just move right on.
Well, RIP in peace to that basketball season. Jesse and Tyler, this is your first time facing elimination. Like I mentioned, you lost to the bat around last week, and now you're playing for a chance to take them on again in the championship. And if you get there, you'll have to beat them twice. So you came into that one hot, 2-0 in the tournament season. You've suffered your first loss. How are the vibes for you guys? Do you think you'll bounce back?
Yeah, I think I feel pretty good. We had to put Eli on the bench for this matchup, I think. The chemistry wasn't there. So we got Jesse and I back together. We're 1-0 as a duo, so I feel pretty good.
Good stuff. All right, well, without further ado, then let us dive into it. I'm going to share my screen, pull up the bracket as it stands now. And as you all can see, coming down the home stretch. This matchup tonight is for a spot in the championship. The team that advances will have to beat the bat around twice since they are 3-0 in the tournament season. I've been kind of no disrespect to Paul. I've been kind of secretly hoping that the bat around loses a matchup or two, just so people don't call me out for collusion with my regular co-host on Give That Fan a Podcast. But I promise there's nothing fishy going on here. He's been surprised by all the questions. So as it turns out, they're just the team to beat. So can't do anything about that. But playing for a spot in the championship, so this is sure to be a good one. And then, of course, we have our scoreboard, which will be edited throughout the show. And let's go ahead and dive into the first question if we're all ready.
Yeah.
All right. So top of my screen is Bailey and Tyler. So you two will be my first to buzz in using the private chat feature. And I guess I'm not going to explain the rules. You guys have been here many times, so let's just dive right into it. Question 1, there are 100 points available. The top 7 answers are on the board. Bailey and Tyler. Fill in the blank. When I'm debating whether or not to attend an Orioles game, I look at blank. Bailey.
Schedule.
I will count schedule as opponent, the team they're playing, the team that is scheduled for that night, but not the number one answer. Tyler, if you can give me an answer higher on the board, you'll get to decide if you'd like to pass or play.
Pitching matchup.
Where's my mouse? There it is. Starting lineups, pitching matchup, kind of 2-1. See who is actually taking the diamond that night. That is the number 2 answer, which means Tyler and Jesse, the Warehouse Pod, you guys get to decide if you would like to pass or play.
I think we play, right, Jess?
Let's play, yeah.
Yeah, let's play.
All right, gonna play it. Jesse, we're down to you. Fill in the blank. When I'm debating whether or not to attend an Orioles game, I look at blank.
I would say the weather.
Weather coming in as the number 1 answer. Still 4 answers left on the board. You still have all 3 of your strikes. Tyler, we're back up to you.
Let's go with giveaways. Any giveaways on the game?
Giveaways, promotions coming in at number 5. Back down to you.
Can I say like the day of the week?
You can.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's a fair guess, but doesn't really fit any of the answers that are left on the board. Tyler, back to you. 2 strikes still to work with. When you're debating whether or not to attend a game, what do you look at?
Kind of related to that, I guess. Start time, first pitch time.
Going to be strike number 2. Jesse, down to your final strike. If you fail to get this one, Florida Prospect Report will have a chance to steal. What do you look at when you're debating whether or not you'd like to attend a game?
That's
I'll give you a few more
good.
seconds.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe the traffic.
The traffic.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Well done.
I'm shocked that's up there.
It's
Oh
on
my
the board.
gosh.
Traffic made it.
Good job.
Wow.
We're up to 83 points on the board as it stands now. There are still 2 answers remaining. Tyler, you'll need one of them to stay alive. Fill in the blank. When I'm debating whether or not to attend an Orioles game, I look at blank.
Maybe the Orioles record, like how they're doing.
That's going to be strike number 3. Bailey and Eric, Florida Prospect Report. You gentlemen may discuss your answer. I'll give you some time. Fill in the blank. When I'm debating whether or not to attend an Orioles game, I look at blank.
Well, first off, kudos to traffic. That was a good one.
Right. That was my.
I mean, yeah, I can't believe it. It
Took him a minute and a half to come up with it, but it was a good one.
Bailey, that and what Tyler just said just now, those were my 2, like, if we had to steal, traffic and, like, the Orioles seating or standings position. So,
You know,
I don't know.
really? All right,
What do
so I was thinking maybe location, like if it's a home game or away game. I don't know if that's. I feel like that wouldn't be the number 3 answer, but maybe it's number 7. But not really sure what else it could be. Also, maybe if the game's televised or not. But I feel like that's not really as big of a thing anymore.
Ooh.
I would lean more on location, but.
Ooh, you just made me think. They're not all on TV. Yeah, almost all of them are.
They pretty much all are, unless they're on like Peacock or something. We could still watch the game. So I would lean location unless we think of a better answer in the next 5 seconds.
Okay, well now maybe I have one. Like, what if it's prospect's debut? Like, if the game is actually an event, like Adley's first game or Gunner's first game, Grayson's first game. Like, maybe that's number 7. This is, I'm basically a blank. So.
Oh man, see, that's also a good one, but
Whatever.
that's also like it's more less frequent. But I don't want to shoot that down, and then that's the answer.
So, what is your most favorable thing so far? I can't believe he.
I'm leaning location, but I mean, because I feel like a debut could fall. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I just want to say I like how Bailey gave you guys a 5-second timer on his own.
And then we blew past it. All right, Bailey, you can choose.
That is now in effect. Need an answer quick,
All right,
guys.
Eric, do you feel strongly about debut, or do you want to go with location?
I feel strongly about whatever choice you make. I don't have a good one in my mind.
All right, we'll go with the location of the game.
It's like my fiance and I trying to figure out what to watch on Netflix. That is incorrect. 83 points to the Warehouse Pod to start off the game. Shall I reveal what is left on the board?
Can I make an honorary guess here?
Sure. You don't get any points for it, but you can.
Right. Yeah, I got you. What about like seating availability?
Ooh.
You put me onto this when you were talking about location, but I'm thinking you were like thinking about the wrong sort of location, not home and away, but like what seats are available, So I feel like it's up there now.
That's a good one.
Very logical.
Yeah.
So, okay, that is a good answer. And to be honest with you, I'm very glad that it is after the fact and that this doesn't matter, because I'm not sure I would have in good conscience been able to group that in with the number 3 answer, but coming in at number 3, kind of along the same lines, but not quite. The ticket prices.
Oh man!
Obviously, yeah, right. Oh my gosh!
I'm a little surprised that one didn't get up there. And then at number 7, kind of along the same line as ticket prices, but I think this means different things for different people. My bank account. Can I afford said ticket prices? Can I afford to go out to a stadium and buy $15 beers for a few hours?
For sure.
So my own bank account is definitely something to consider. And then honorable mention, the time. I think Bailey mentioned that. And then flights to Baltimore for out-of-towners. If I'm thinking about, do I want to attend a game next week? How much is a flight?
Ryan, we did not get this, but I have to say this was an excellent question.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
Right.
All right. So if you'll give me a moment now to update our scoreboard, and then we'll dive right back into it. So that is 83 points to start things off for the Warehouse Podcast.
Bailey, we had no chance.
Yeah, we didn't even think of money on that one. That hurts.
Do we ever? Right.
I was a little surprised that no one guessed along the lines of ticket prices, because that's normally the first thing I check. If I have an off night and I'm thinking about going to the game, because I'll wait out a rain delay. And I just love being there because I don't care about I'm interested in the pitching matchup and the lineups and all that stuff, but is there a cheap ticket I can get to get into the stadium is normally the first thing that crosses my mind.
I guess I just feel like generally for Camden Yards there are always cheap tickets available, like relatively cheap, I guess I feel like I always know roughly what the price will be, and I always just get the most inexpensive. So I can assume they're going to be, $10 to $15 or something.
Yeah, I feel like
student night,
This is an appropriate time to let anybody know who's listening, including you guys, that all the FCL games are completely free of charge and you can sit wherever you'd like.
Nice.
Right.
Sounds like a great time.
Right.
A great time indeed. All right, moving on to question number 2. This one is going to be between Eric and Jesse to buzz in. Question 2, there are 97 points available, and the top 6 answers, which are the only 6 answers, are on the board. Name a team that Kevin Gausman or Dylan Bundy has pitched for since leaving. Jesse.
The Braves.
Atlanta Braves coming in at number 4. There's not much left in the question, but I will finish it for Eric's sake. Name a team that Kevin Gausman or Dylan Bundy has pitched for since leaving the Orioles.
Oh, Eric dipped on us.
Whoa.
Oh, Eric disappeared. When did that happen? I wasn't paying attention.
Did I just answer?
I think he's back. Hang on a second.
Okay.
All right, we got him back. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him back up with. Oh gosh, this threw me off completely. Tyler, you were at the top, right? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now we have Bailey and Eric in order, Tyler and Jesse in order. All right, Eric, it's over to you because Atlanta Braves is not the number 1 answer. Name a team that Kevin Gausman or Dylan Bundy has pitched for since leaving the Orioles.
I'm going to say Angels.
Los Angeles Angels coming in at number 3. Florida Prospect Report. Would you guys like to pass this one or play?
We're gonna play.
Yep.
Gonna play. All right, Bailey, we're up to you. Name a team that Kevin Gausman or Dylan Bundy has pitched for since leaving the Orioles.
Cincinnati Reds.
That's the one I was unsure if anybody would get. So this might be a good opportunity for you guys to run the board on this one and grab all 97 points. Eric, we're back to you.
I'm going to go with my least favorite team by a significant margin. Anyone who's a real Orioles fan does not secretly hate the Toronto Blue Jays. Or
I gotta say, I like strongly disagree with that like assessment, but yeah.
You have a soft spot for the Jays, Jesse?
I don't necessarily have a soft spot for them, but I definitely dislike the Yankees and Red Sox infinitely more.
Fair.
So
Totally fair.
That's fair, but the Blue Jays have creeped into that same territory for me lately.
There are some players on the Jays I like though, so that does, it's not the Jose Bautista Blue Jays anymore.
Yeah, but the fan threw the beer Hyun-Soo Kim.
That's true.
Unforgivable.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler.
And that person, I'm sure, still is a Blue Jays fan. So I wish him bad luck for all eternity. That takes us back up to Bailey.
I believe number 5 is the Minnesota Twins, which Dylan Bundy pitched for last year.
He did indeed, which leaves with all 3 strikes left, only the number 1 answer on the board. Eric, can you give it to me?
Giants.
A clean sweep for Florida Prospect Report to get right back into the game and reclaim the lead with 97 points. And I don't even know what my honorable mention is here. Oh yeah, to the person who typed Jays. You probably meant Jays, but I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. I did not include that in the Toronto Blue Jays tally because maybe you really do think he pitched for the Rays, but in any event, he did not.
He didn't.
All right. Well done there, guys. I knew that was kind of an easier question. There are some questions throughout this tournament that I included in the poll and then wanted to put off using because I didn't like them for one reason or another. And I have to admit that was one of them because I thought the more I thought about it, it might be a little too easy. But hey, it had to be done. And it gives us a closer matchup now as we move forward. All right. Boom. Here we go. So 97 points to Fuller Prospect Report. That reclaims the lead and ensures that we will go at least 4 rounds in this one, which is great because the 4th question on my list is one that I have queued up for several episodes and have not yet gotten to use.
Oh, I like that.
So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right.
All right, moving on to question number 3. Bailey and Tyler, you are my buzzers. 99 points available for this question. The top 8 answers are on the board. Name a popular stadium giveaway.
Ooh.
Bailey.
Bobblehead.
Bobblehead coming in as the number 3 answer. I like that you buzzed with Dylan Buzdy. That's very, very creative. I like that. Tyler, can you give me the number 1 or number 2 answer?
Since this is an Orioles competition, I'm going to say the Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt coming in at number 2, which means you guys get to decide if you'd like to pass or play.
What do you think, Jess? You want to play?
We got to play.
We got to play.
I don't think we ever have passed, so I think we got to stick with that.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Got to play, got to keep it going, which means, Jesse, we're over to you. Name a popular stadium giveaway.
Like a T-shirt. Yeah.
T-shirt, Jersey coming in at number 4. Tyler, you gave a chuckle when he said T-shirt.
Just the way Jesse says things is funny to me sometimes.
Fair enough. All right, 5 answers left. Can you give me one?
Let's go with a bucket hat.
Bucket hat, or as it's referred to by the Orioles, a floppy hat. I don't know when the transformation went from floppy hat to bucket hat, but in any event, probably the most popular stadium giveaway, number 1 on the poll. There are still 4 answers remaining, some less popular answers, but answers nonetheless. Jesse, name a popular stadium giveaway.
Baseball cards.
Baseball cards not on the board. A fair guess, but didn't quite make it. Jesse, back to you. You have 2 strikes left to work with.
Tyler.
Yeah, back to me. Okay.
You're right, Tyler. Sorry. As long as you know, I can call you by the wrong name.
Yeah, it does start to get into the more obscure stuff. Let's say
It does indeed.
like a bag or a backpack type of thing.
Great answer.
Uh,
Double.
A good answer, but not on the board, which
Very
means
surprised.
you're down to your final strike. There are 4 answers left on the board. You need an answer here, or Florida Prospect Report will have a chance to steal. Name a popular stadium giveaway.
Thinking this one over for a second here.
That's all right.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't take too long, I will allow it.
You'll let me know. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think I haven't been super strict. Plus, it gives me a chance to watch the Lightning score another goal. Beating the Avs isn't as fun in the regular season. I wish they could have done it in the Stanley Cup. But this is a baseball show, so I'll stop talking about hockey.
Bye.
I don't think they do this, but what about like sweatpants? Like, I don't know, Oriole like pajama pants or sweatpant type things?
I would show up for that, but
Okay, yeah.
not on the board. Eric and Bailey, we're over to you. There are 87 points here up for grabs. Remember, if you steal, you will have a chance to continue guessing and racking up a few more points. Name a popular stadium giveaway.
Excuse me. Eric, I have 3 in my head.
Let's hear it.
Socks, stuffed animal, or a regular hat, like a non-floppy hat like this. Of those 3, I would probably go with socks or the hat before a stuffed animal. But do you have any suggestions? Or even an action figure? But any suggestions?
I was also thinking figure. I was just looking at the DJ Kitty thing that I got from the Rays Stadium a couple years ago. That's not really a bobblehead. But I probably am more inclined to go with like a hat or a helmet. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. So
I pay a lot of attention to that stuff, but I go to Marlins and Rays games, which is why I said bobblehead. And then the second I said it, I'm like, floppy hat and Hawaiian shirt are probably ahead of it because it's Orioles related, but I already said it.
that's okay. Well, all we have to do is get 1 of 4. So
I feel like the safest answer would be a regular ball cap.
okay, and I was born in the 70s, so I have like different giveaway experience. I'm thinking also like umbrella, bat, or calendar, or any of those things.
Ooh, like a
Right.
magnet calendar. That's an annual giveaway. The Marlins always do that last day of the year. I don't know if the Orioles do it.
I have 3 on my fridge right behind me, but is that going to be in 1 of the 4?
Oh man, now I don't want to overthink it. I'm fine with hat or magnet calendar.
Overthinking is my specialty, so you can be the final shooter. I'd love to put the pressure on.
my Megan and I are watching Netflix again. This is fun.
Oh man, you don't have any hunch on calendar versus hat?
Hat. I would choose headgear.
Okay, I'll go with that. We're gonna go with a hat.
Great job,
Baseball
Dale.
cap, the
Great
Father's
job.
Day visor, I believe they give away. That is indeed on the board. Would you like to continue guessing because there are still a few points that you could
Absolutely.
add to your total?
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Now let's go with the calendar.
Or hold on.
Or no?
Remember, we won before in a similar question with foam finger, which I also have on my counter behind me.
Are those a giveaway or those are only for purchase?
Oh yeah. Okay. You're right. Go ahead. Whatever you say.
All good. Let's go with calendar.
Okay.
The magnet schedule, the annual opening day giveaway. The Orioles did not give those out last year, which I thought was really strange because they advertised it. And then this year they're advertising it again, so I hope they give them away. I even went to fan assistance last year and was like, do you guys have any magnet schedules? They're like, I don't know. What? But a popular giveaway nonetheless. Still 2 answers left. You haven't gotten one wrong, so you can take a shot at a few more points here if you'd like.
All right. Thinking like action figure, socks, or what was the other thing I said? I don't even know.
Stuffed animal, is that
Stuffed animal, yeah. I feel like action figure because I know I have a Manny Machado action figure.
Oh, like the starting lineups thing.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, let's go with that. Right, figurine, something like that.
Yeah.
That is not going to be on the board. They gave away, I recall, a Chris Davis action figure a few years ago. He was wearing a cape, so that was pretty cool. But not on the board.
I kind of want that.
Coming in at number 8. This was new last year, and I don't know how popular it was. I didn't get one myself, but maybe they'll continue it. Probably not, but the soccer kit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Orioles themed soccer jersey. And then at number 5, this is one that they did for at least a few years in a row, and I think they stopped, but I don't remember for sure. But it was popular nonetheless. The Maryland flag jersey.
Not bad.
And then the number of people who spelled Hawaiian wrong was 8.
That was good.
All right.
Yeah, like all props to you guys for figuring that out.
Thank you.
That was tough.
Thank you.
When you were like magnet schedule, I was like pick magnet schedule.
Yeah, because I know the Orioles do that.
It got up there though. So.
By the way, I just turned around and looked at my fridge. The one from last year is actually for spring training. Right.
I think I have that same magnet.
Right. It's very important to everybody that we got that straight.
I have to say, guys, I'm so glad when you were attempting to steal the first time that you did not say helmet, because I would have had no idea whether or not to include that with
hat
/ visor.
Yeah.
Probably technically it's not, so you shouldn't have. But I'm glad we didn't put that up.
Right.
Yeah, I think I would not have, but I think that also could have turned into a major point of contention in a crucial third round of an elimination matchup. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to blame you for that.
Tiebreaker is an actual fight, right? We have to fight each other.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking about a tiebreaker earlier, and what I landed on is, in the event that the 5th round ends and there is a tie, the winner will be the team that won 3 out of the 5 rounds.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And Eric, I'm glad you brought that up before we got to a tie, and I had to decide that on the spot. Yeah, and before the fight, yeah, for sure. All right, so we're going to move on. Florida Prospect Report has a 106-point lead, but if the Warehouse Pod is able to win the last 2 rounds, they will be our champions, or our winners for this one. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it after round number 4. Moving on to question number 4. This one's going to be between Eric and Jesse to buzz in. There are 95 points available for this question. The top 8 answers are on the board. Fill in the blank with a 2022 Oriole. I would want blank on my side in a zombie apocalypse. Jesse.
Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman coming in at number 4. Eric, if you can give me one of the higher answers, the board is yours.
I don't have any actual zombie experience, but I'm going to think that if I was going to, I'd like to be close to Felix Bautista just in case.
That is a fair assumption there. Felix Bautista is the number 1 answer, which means, Florida Prospect Report, would you like to pass or play?
We're going to play.
All right.
Okay.
Play.
All right.
All right. That was very, very unlike my fiance and I watching Netflix, as one person decides immediately this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I think we got a controller on Destiny here.
Okay, let's do
Controlling your own destiny. You're playing for the win. Bailey, the board is yours. Fill in the blank with a 2022 Oriole player. I would want blank on my side in a zombie apocalypse.
Rougned Odor.
He of the vicious right hook. Rougned Odor coming in as the number 3 answer on the board. Still 5 answers left to give me. Eric, do you have one?
Maybe like this is someone I'm comfortable with sacrificing just in case I have to like not move forward with me. And it sucks that we don't get any trade value out of him because of the apocalypse. But I'm gonna go with Austin Hayes.
That was a very interesting route you took to get to that answer, but it's on the board.
Sorry, Austin. Sorry.
I'm not sure he would want to be sacrificed, and I'm not sure if that's why the voters picked him, but he is on the board. Bailey, we're back up to you. Who would you want on your side in a zombie apocalypse?
Sorry. Oh, man. Anthony Santander.
Good.
A good answer. A nice bulky figure, but not on the board. I'm lightheaded from that laughing. Eric, we're back to you. Who would you like to sacrifice in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, this is different. Not sacrifice. I think this person is going to have the like youthful energy and endurance to fight like 7 zombies for some of the veterans, like 2 or 3. So I'm going to choose Gunnar Henderson, my zombie.
There we go.
Gunnar Henderson on the board. There are 3 answers left. You have 2 strikes to work with. Bailey, we're back to you. Who do you want on your side in a zombie apocalypse?
I'm gonna go with like the younger version of Anthony Santander in a way. So similarly strong, but maybe more agile. Ryan Mountcastle.
Great one.
Ryan Mountcastle on the board as the number 2 answer, which means only 7 and 8 are left. You're going for the win here. There's a lot on the line. Eric, who would you want on your side in a zombie apocalypse?
I have no basis for reasoning here, but the one that's coming to my mind is Urias.
My click didn't work, but not on the board.
Okay. That hurts.
Which means you're down to your final strike. Bailey, if you don't get an answer here, the Warehouse Pod will have an opportunity to steal. 2 guys left who you might want on your side in a zombie apocalypse.
Man, I'm torn between 2 guys here.
I bet I know. I'm going to guess them if you get it right.
I'm going to go with the bigger name in Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins, a surprising strike 3. Tyler and Jesse, this is to stay alive. If you are unsuccessful in your steal attempt, Florida Prospect Report will win the round, win the matchup, and advance to the championship. If you steal, we will have a 5th round. Fill in the blank with the 2022 Orioles player. I would want blank on my side in a zombie apocalypse.
So, go ahead, Todd. I mean, this is big. I mean, I was kind of thinking, Keegan Aiken because he's kind of bulky. But Brian Baker crossed my mind.
Well, I feel like maybe we're thinking too much. Like the big name that's not on here that hasn't been said is Trey Mancini. Like fan favorite, nice guy. He's beaten cancer.
That's true.
Done some tough stuff.
Right. He's pulled off miracles. Yeah. Right. And a zombie apocalypse would require a miracle. Right. And he seems loyal. And he seems like a good person, which trustworthiness,
Yes.
I mean, kind of unlike Eric, I guess he wouldn't sacrifice us, most likely. You wouldn't think. So, so okay, who else? I mean, I'm willing to go that route as a default. I mean, he did play only half the year. I mean, that I don't think that matters a whole lot, but
Gunnar played for like 4 weeks.
Right. That's true. But it was the last 4 weeks, I don't know.
I mean, Trey's the biggest name. The only other person we haven't talked about is Jorge Mateo as like a starter.
Right.
But Jorge Mateo is going to leave us in the dust. He's going to sprint off, be gone, and we're left to fend for ourselves.
Right.
I think Trey is the pick. But
okay, and we covered the outfield. Yeah, I mean, I guess the one other person that did pop into my mind is Chirinos, just because he's a catcher. And like, if you're a pitcher and there's about to be a brawl, who do you go to? You go to the catcher, so
Yeah.
that sort of most resembles it. But if you have a feeling it's Mancini, I'm definitely and not a lot of people said him, so I could definitely see a few being like, oh, Mancini, so
Yeah.
I'm with that.
All right, yeah, let's do Mancini.
Okay.
Final answer.
Florida Prospect Report is moving on to the championship.
Sorry, Jess.
So
Trey
good.
Mancini.
I thought it was
Not your fault.
Mancini. When the second you said it, I was like, man.
Right. Yeah.
Trey
No,
Mancini
you don't
not
have to
on
be sorry.
the board.
Mhm.
Is it going to be
I'm gonna
Mateo?
reveal the honorable mention.
It can't be.
Well-
Mateo.
No.
Yeah.
Speed on your side.
Yeah, but
But how
You
is that
can't make me
useful?
run
I don't
faster.
get right. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. Maybe if
Yeah,
if you're caught in a bunker and you need someone to run a quick errand, Mateo might be the guy.
that's fair.
Right.
So Mateo is on the board at number
Some
3
bullpen
or at
guy?
number 8. At number 7, he was a bullpen guy. He's a starter now, but he's 6'7", which might bode well. Tyler Wells.
Okay.
And then a couple names you mentioned in honorable mention: Brian Baker,
Yeah.
Keegan Aiken, Joey Crable, Cedric Mullins, again, that speed factor, and Anthony Santander. A few bulkier guys to help you out there. But
Yeah.
it wasn't enough. Florida Prospect Report, congratulations. You guys are moving on to the championship round.
That was
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Give me a second here to add up this score. So that's 89 points coming in.
Really
Let me
nice
stop
job.
my share real quick.
Very good job.
I'm curious to watch y'all in the championship. So good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Thank
you
you.
guys have to win twice now, right? You have
Yeah.
to
That was my
Yeah.
that was my question. I think so. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
we won twice.
the dual semifinals right now. And also, are we going to play Ryan and Paul, or Zach and Paul, or is it? Are we going to play 3 people?
Yeah, so the way this will work, it will be same teams. You and Eric and Bailey will be together for Florida Prospect Report, and it'll be Paul and Zach for the bat around. I'm not on that team. I'm just the host. So Paul is my regular co-host on the podcast, but
Good,
he
'cause I
does
wanna
another
do
show
that.
with Zach, so I let them participate as a team, and
Okay,
I
good.
hosted this without him. So that's why I said at the beginning, I don't want there to be any rumors of collusion, because he does host the normal show, but he was not involved at all with the setting up of Orioles podcast Feud. That was all me.
Yeah, we're not charging anything here. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm interested in beating Zach, so thank you for doing that. I want to beat Zach. I want everybody.
at least one game. I mean, come on, at
Right.
least
We gotta have a
one.
true finals.
They can't just go undefeated, real undefeated.
All the way through, right.
Exactly. So
Thank you for the
So-
support. We'll get him to the
Yeah,
real
yeah.
title.
So actually, if
I'll
you
be
give me
pulling for
1
you
second.
publicly for one set of the games, and then privately I'll be pulling for one side, but privately.
That's
you know.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So
All right, give me 1 second here, because I actually am going to show the final.
once you like,
bracket.
I don't know. I feel like once you're like a sports fan, it's hard to sit on the sidelines for anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah.
All right, so I'm going to share this real quick, just so everybody's on the same page. All right. So this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
bracket as it stands now. Jesse and Tyler, I'm sorry, but your little logo on the left-hand side there is going to be grayscaled. I just didn't have time to do it now. 2 teams are left standing. The bat around comes into the championship 3-0. Florida Prospect Report, you guys will come in 1, 2, 3, 4-1 on a remarkable winning streak after your first round defeat, which means because you're coming from the losers bracket, you will have to beat the bat around twice consecutively. So the way we'll do that is, and I'll reach out to you guys for scheduling. I know, Bailey, you're not available the 15th. I don't know if Paul has plans with his wife on Valentine's Day or what, but ideally I'd like to record early next week. And then what we'll do is, if you guys win the first matchup, we'll have like a 10-15 minute break, and then we'll dive right into matchup number 2. So we'll knock it all out in one night.
No excuses, Paul.
But yeah,
Monday the 13th would be perfect if that works for everyone else.
okay, that's good to know. I will I'll consult with Eric and Zach and Paul, and we will get that sorted out. But yeah, that's where we are. It's the bat around, and it's Florida Prospect Report squaring off in the championship matchup, which will be live right here on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at some point next week when Orioles pitchers and catchers report. Tyler and Jesse, I have been asking my contestants who lose to give me 3 words to describe your experience on Orioles podcast Feud. Jesse, I'll start with you. What are your 3 words?
I mean, I guess I'll just say it was good. But like, I definitely like, I'm definitely hoping like this isn't the end. Like, I'm definitely hoping this, I don't know, is an annual thing or something. Because like, I mean, I'm not trying to put that sort of pressure on you, but it was fun enough where like I'm like, dang, like I would do this again. So yeah.
I would do this again. That's fine.
Two thoughts on that response, Jesse.
Yeah.
Number one, I really like that you gave me the most basic, mundane words of appreciation that you could have given me, but in a positive way nonetheless.
Right.
And number two, regarding this being an annual thing, something like a Family Feud style tournament is like I've run through all my good questions, and maybe I could come up with 75 more for next off season.
Right.
You can.
But
it's so much work. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. I was actually thinking about this before our show tonight, along the lines of an annual off-season trivia tournament of sorts. I'm kind of feeling Jeopardy next year.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Something. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
I think Jeopardy would be a lot of fun.
Play right now.
Do it right now. I have one question done, just one. And I will need to come up with many, many more for a Jeopardy tournament. But
that'd be wild.
Jeopardy would be more based in trivia and statistics and facts, as opposed to who do you want in a zombie apocalypse, right?
Right.
So there are a lot of different ways I could go with that. What was that, Eric?
What team is orange might not fit on Jeopardy, or that could be single Jeopardy, like 5.
Who are the Orioles? Yeah,
that's true. I might try to do something along the lines of that. But yeah, Jeopardy is something I've considered for next offseason. But this is, I think, a really fun way to pass the time when there's no Major League Baseball going on or minor league baseball. And so, I would like to continue this.
Yeah, we got to be thinking about baseball all year round, not just when they're actually playing. So come on. Yeah, it's a natural fit.
And I've beat this point home too, but it's so hard to come up with content to discuss in the offseason. Like, I'm not in the mood to break down every signing of Adam Frazier or Kyle Gibson that the Orioles make.
Right, I know. Yeah,
it doesn't move the needle for me. You can find that analysis elsewhere. But yeah, something like this is definitely something I would like to continue doing next offseason. So yeah, we'll see if it ends up being Jeopardy or something else, along those lines. But I'm definitely going to be reaching out to everybody who participated in this tournament to see if they want to come back and do it.
Cool.
And it would be fun.
We already,
Tyler.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say
Go
we
ahead.
already have the buzz-in thing, so like that would easily adapt to Jeopardy, And then, the other thing I was thinking about is like, I mean, as you were talking, like for our last episode, we covered the entire off season because you can't do just one on Adam Frazier or Cole Irvin. Like, it's too dull. Yeah.
I will say there is actually a website. I'm sure there are many, but I found one earlier where you can log in. It's almost like, you ever played like Jackbox games where you have to log in on your phone and you're all playing the same thing?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that where you have like a nickname and there's like a code that you put in to get into the same buzzer system. And then it's like I don't know. I might play around and try to do something like that as opposed to the private chat, but at least I have that as a fallback option in case I can't come up with a third party thing.
It's not exactly the off season now. There's prospects at the complex, like there have been for the last 3 weeks. So there's stuff going on.
There certainly is stuff going on. Yeah, it's an exciting time. I saw they're having a few of the bigger prospects down there for some type of instructional camp for pre-spring. I know Kobe Mayo's down there, Heston Kjerstad.
Kobe,
Down.
Kirsten, Kowser, Holiday, Vavra, Joey Ortiz, Adley, and Ryan McKenna. I saw all of them today. So the wind was blowing in like 15 miles per hour, and the only person that hit it out was Kobe. Did it 3 times.
Love to see it.
Darn right.
Love
me
to
too.
see it. Tyler, your 3 words to describe
bad.
your time. No, you're good. You're good. On Orioles podcast. Yeah, we did kind of go off the rails there for a minute. That was on me.
I think I would just say learned a lot. I feel like I think of myself as a really knowledgeable Orioles fan, but being in this tournament with a bunch of people that I think clearly know more than I do, got a lot of information out of it, both factual and then I guess opinionated with the zombie question and the cat guy question. So yeah, just learned a lot.
more on the pulse of like Oriole fans.
Yeah,
too.
the community.
Like, got some insight into that.
I like
Thank
that.
you, Jesse,
Yeah.
for informing my answer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both very much, and please send my thanks to Eli as well for
sure.
your participation in the show. It's been a blast having you guys on. I'm sorry that it ended like this with a couple losses after such a hot start, but thank you for participating. There can only be one champion, and that will be decided next week as Bailey and Eric at the top of your screen here will face Paul and Zach of the Bat Around for all the marbles. And I keep teasing like maybe a trophy. I guess I really do have to get a trophy, but.
You do.
We'll figure it out. Display it in the background of your own podcast. All right. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight here on Give That Fan a Podcast. Thank you all for tuning in to Orioles Prospect Feud, Orioles Podcast Feud. Thank you to all my contestants for being a part of this. Thank you, as always, to Derek and Tony at Utah Street Report for hosting the show. And we will see you guys next week for the championship matchup of Orioles Podcast Feud.